We're a small charity based in Manchester, but we cover the whole of Greater Manchester in terms of where we sort of have our client reach from. We're an organisation that supports male victims of sexual violence and rape. So often lots of the people that come and get support from us are men who've been abused in childhood, not spoken about it, never got support, and 20 years later want to come out and kind of get some support, whether that's physical support needs in terms of like kind of housing, drug and alcohol issues, or mental health needs, and want to kind of some counselling, or want to sort of have a little bit of a better life really. There was a real need for this type of support, and the recognition of the need came from my need. So I was abused when I was kind of in my sort of late childhood, early teens, and it's something that I'd kept quiet for at least sort of 15 to 20 years. And it was during my training to be a therapist that I decided that I needed to kind of really get some support and sort this out. And there was nothing for men. I had to go down to Wiltshire to get some support, because up here there was some fantastic support, and there really is some amazing support for females, but there was nothing for males. So I decided to rally a couple of people together and set something up. Once I'd sort of got myself definitely on the path of healing, and we've been going strong since then. Year on year we see a greater increase of men, boys and men coming forward, and up to now, over the past 5 years, we've had contact with just over 500 men. Our first big milestone was back in 2011, where we formally registered a charity, when we won some funding from Zurich Community Trust. The second kind of biggest milestone was when we started working quite closely with Victim Support, the Victim Care Unit, who provided us with some space to work from, a space that we're still working from now. And then I suppose more recently, we've had some quite big milestones in terms of, we were at the TV Soap Awards because Hollyoaks won Best Soap, and I've been working with Hollyoaks and Line Pictures, who produce Hollyoaks, and the cast and the crew, to sort of develop the storyline that's been happening around John Paul as a character being raped, and that's the kind of that story still in development at the moment, and it looks like it's about to kind of reach some kind of big milestone in that itself. We were recently nominated by Westbourne Communications for one of their Westbourne 100, and that's the 100 most influential opinion changers of 2014. And last year I was nominated in the Independent's Happy List as one of the 100 most influential people and inspirational people in the UK, which I was really, really honoured to receive. Yeah. The reason things moved so quickly was because of Operation U-Tree, so the Jimmy Savile investigation, and the way that the media responded to that meant that more people began to kind of come forward, and we've seen some really kind of quite big high profile cases. The majority of the high profile cases have talked about women and females in the media, whereas lots of the men who have been victims of these big high profile cases have kind of like not really been mentioned, not really been talked about that much. You know, especially kind of within U-Tree, there was around 40 men who were victims of the Savile kind of investigation. As time has moved on, it helped them come forward. Talking about this issue has meant that people now finally feel able sort of to break the silence. I'd say, you know, it's the best thing I ever did. It was the most painful thing I ever did, and it was the most upsetting thing I ever did, but it's the best thing I ever did, because finally I kind of felt free from the baggage and the people talk about, you know, kind of carrying baggage, sort of carrying chains around with them, and it's true. There is support out there. People are willing to listen. The more and more we talk about it, and the more the press talk about it and the media report on it in a positive light, you know, explaining to people that, you know, this isn't your fault, this shouldn't have happened to you, and you do have the chance and you do deserve to heal. And I think I'd say, when you feel ready, get some support.